Hey there YouTube, I am working on my 2007 YFZ 450. It's a special edition, the black and red flames. I've been having some issues. I put a big bore kit in, just went with the Athena. Didn't really upgrade much more than that. My old piston and jug were shot, so I just bought a new Athena big bore 478. After I put it all in, it ran great. Was having trouble with idling and just basically starting it up in general. And so I found out that my valve clearance wasn't right. So I had just checked to see if I had the correct clearance, and some of them were off, so I adjusted the shims and that worked. It's not going to work for everyone. I'm trying to find the 20 millimeter here. There's a 25. Over time your shims end up wearing out and you need new ones, but my bike hasn't really had that much ride time in its life, so I didn't think that that was the problem. And what it ended up being was when I did the big bore and I put the cams back together, we didn't put Loctite on the bolts on all these here, and I definitely recommend it because my bike didn't even run for a total of 2 hours and the bolts had come loose, and so that ended up making a gap in between here. And so when you check your valve clearance, you put the bike at top dead center, and then in between the cam, it's kind of hard to see, the cam, which is here, and then the cover, you know, you're going to want to be able to get this in the feeler gauge, and then once it's in, it's kind of hard to get in right away. Once it's in, you want to be able to pull it back and forth, and it should basically feel like pulling a piece of paper through your fingers. And if anyone is curious what the specs are for them, the intake valves, which are on the back side of the motor, there's 3 of them. They should be within 0.10 millimeters and 0.15 millimeters, and for the exhaust it's 0.20 millimeters and 0.25 millimeters. And so mine, as you can see, were all over the place, and that was because of the bolts were loose, and I got them down now and they're good. When I put my tensioner back in, down here is your tensioner, goes in here, and when I put it back in, it sprung out too far and ended up binding the chain, which ended up spinning it a couple cogs off. So right now I'm retiming it, and after I do that, hopefully it should fire right up. We noticed that I was turning over hard, so we had decided to tear it down, and this is where we're at. We also pulled the TPS sensor off to make sure that that was set correctly, and it was not. And that is the one with the 3 prongs. It's got a yellow, a blue, and a black. And the easiest way that we found to test that was to run in a 5-volt relay or resistor, whatever you want to call it, and have that come from a power source, which I just came off my battery, and then you run a meter, and you want that to be somewhere around 0.65 and 0.73, I believe, volts at just an idle, so not touching your throttle, and then it should smoothly get higher and higher and higher, and it should be around 3 point something at full throttle. So if anybody sees this video and has any more questions, just let me know, and we'll keep making videos.